It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, it's the weekend. What's happening, everybody? Give yourself, let's go. Okay, I got the applause at the beginning. Thank you to my announcer, Mr. Sean Dolby. Hey, it's a Friday. Like not Friday, Friday. That means yay is Friday. Friday edition of the Geno Jones Show. I come to you live. My normal start times and days are Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern if you're in Chicago, 5:30 out on the West Coast, 3:30 p.m. Subscribe, share, screen grab, rip, pull a video clip, and make some of the show go viral. Subscribe, share, screen grab, like, and binge watch all my back episodes. The Geno Jones Show is brought to you by CM Transportation. That's CM like Mary. If your business, if you have a transportation company, if you are using a transportation company and they're like never on time, you can't depend on them, you can't rely on them, and like I said, they like on CP time, or maybe you're starting a business and you don't want to have those problems, you need dependable, reliable, on-time delivery. CM Transportation is the company for you. As a matter of fact, shout out to Carissa Carter. She is the CEO, black woman-owned company, one of the top transportation companies in America. She's got like all these major clients. Trust me, it's top-notch, one of the best in the country. Contact her. You can go www.cmtransportationllc.net. cmtransportationllc.net. I was about to put the net in front. So that's cmtransportationllc.net, or call 843 area code 606-2702, 843 area code 606-2702. The weekend is here. Shout out my Aries. It's almost time for y'all know what? Y'all know, come on. We already know. Taurus, this is almost our time to shine. But hold on. Let's hold on. The Aries are still ramming, doing their thing. Happy birthday, Claudia Jordan, from the Real Housewives of Atlanta reality TV personality. She's a model. And, you know, she started off doing some of the game shows. I think Price is Right. She was like one of the women, like the models they have on there. Claudia Jordan is 51 today. Jazz keyboardist legend. Herbie Hancock, 84. Back in the day, way back in the 80s, he had this song called Rocket. And the video was, it was like way ahead of his time. So happy birthday to Herbie Hancock. Tomorrow or Saturday, April 13th, happy birthday, rapper Ty Dolla $ign will be 39. Forehead Bryson, Peebo Bryson, from right up the way, about 3 hours north of where I'm standing, Greenville, South Carolina. Come on, y'all. Like I'm the only one that, look, I don't have a big head. I got some forehead, but he got like a 12-pack. Anyway, I digress. People is my dude. Come on, it's Friday, so you know we always, it's Funny Friday, so you know we're going to have fun. It's going to be an interesting show. I'm just warning you. So Forehead Bryson, Peebo Bryson is 70. See, he'll be 73 on Saturday. Come on, Peebo is, look, these are just jokes, because Peebo is a legend, an R&B legend. Feel the Fire. Tonight I celebrate my love. He did that duet with Roberta Flack. I'm So Into You. Come on, back in the day, the late 70s, Peebo was slaying them. He was killing them. And speaking of killing them, back in the 70s, happy birthday on Saturday to the good Reverend Al Grits. Okay, I know, that was, gee, really? Are we still doing Al Grits, high Grits jokes? Look, I'm joking. Because I had the honor to meet him when I worked in Memphis. doing radio. Good dude. Happy birthday to my man Al Green, a true. Now Peebo was laying him down, but Al Green. Come on, let's go old school. Like if you're under 40, you don't know, but talk to like your mom or your auntie, your dad. So back in the day, Al Green had an album cover, and on this album you had Love and Happiness and everything. Al Green had on this all-white suit, white turtleneck, white shoes to match, white socks. Had his fro, was slightly little lopsided all, but he was Al Green. Pimping. Al Green was cold blood. Man, everybody back in the day, everybody wanted to get that wicker chair. He was sitting in this big ass wicker chair, and he was just posing, straight pimp style, with his all white on. Al Green was cold blooded. Happy birthday, Al Green is going to be 78 tomorrow. One of the greatest singers. Full stop. All jokes aside, Al Green was the man. Ask your mom or your grandmama or your auntie. Somebody had a crush on Al Green, all right? I don't know if it was the one that threw the grits on him. I digress, but happy birthday. Sunday, Shantae Harris is going to be the Big Nickel, 50. Okay, you're saying, who is Shantae Harris? So she is like a reality TV personality star. She's a part of a radio show, but I know her from being like the first lady of So Def from the west side of Chicago. She down in Atlanta now, but she was straight up from the 60644, not 44. From the west side of Chicago, you guys say 60644. Shantae Harris, by the way, who is Lisa Ray's half-sister. Happy birthday to DaBrat. She'll be the Big Nickel 50 on Sunday. And speaking of this week, O.J. Simpson, Orenthal James Simpson, one of the greatest athletes of all time, one of the greatest college and pro football players in history, was a cultural and pop icon, was loved, went from beloved to despised. He died on, I think, late Wednesday. And we kind of got the news on Thursday. Complications from prostate cancer, 76. So we're going to talk about that in a whole lot. So James had Florida Evans, and Cliff had Claire Huxtable. Lucius had Cookie Lyons on Empire. Well, Charles Barkley used to have Gayle King, but they canceled that show. So I guess Barack got Michelle. Howard Stern's got Robin Quivers, but damn, that ain't none of them got that woman right there. Ladies and gentlemen, media maven, intellectual, academic, professor, mother, sister, and just one of the great talents in media, the queen of all media. There you see her fully melanated. Look at just the melanin is just popping. And she got to look, see, oh, you just showing out now. Look, she just got a little hair, because last week she shouted out our hairstyles and got a little hair all doodled up there. As my grandmother said, you're smelling yourself, aren't you? Kelia Karson, y'all. Kelia Karson.
Geno, and this hair going to be like this for exactly 2 more weeks.
I've learned that. See, I grew up in a house full of women. You know that. I know you know, but y'all know it. We talking about it. So it was my grandmother, my mother, my 2 sisters, and it was me and my grandfather. Then it was the Mares, Boogie, and Allie. And for a while, like the first dog, me and the Mares and Boogie, even before Allie was born, we had Princess. So I was like the only dude around. So I get it. And there's certain lines you don't cross. Yeah. There's certain questions you don't ask.
Yeah.
And there's certain questions that are asked of you. You either lie or don't give an answer. Just kind of like mumble, like, yeah, you good.
Listen, I am. I'm one of those people. Don't ask me about my coif.
Her crown.
Yeah.
Or some folks say her crown.
Yeah, you can ask some things, but when it comes to this, just leave it alone. Especially if you're not paying the 140 with tip, 140 that it takes to have my hair retwisted because I have locks. So if anybody's watching and you're like, oh, Keela's got braids. No, I do
No.
not have braids. I have locks. These are my real locks. Have it pent up today in a little flower pattern. But yeah, you don't ask me if you're not you, and even if you are paying, I just think you probably should be quiet.
Yeah,
I'm just
you're right. But
yeah.
if you paying and paying the tip, and then you may have a little more. You may have a little more leeway. You might still get into it. So she's telling you, we might get into this argument or debate. But if you don't already paid for the service, I'm like, okay, all right.
Okay, look at my eye. I don't know. I, I'm thinking
Right.
maybe.
Or if it's one of those, so if it's that week or month when like your money's like tight, but you really need to get it done, and dude is paying for it, so you're like, okay, I'm gonna kind of let you get away with it because I need this. Just go on and let me girl, did you get that money? Did he tell you that? Okay, now I can cuss him out.
Well, because I was going to say that it would be a post-traumatic syndrome that he would get. We
right.
after
Right.
I would say, oh, and another thing.
Right. Now let me tell you what I really wanted to say before I had to go get my hair done.
Exactly.
I'm gonna really tell you.
Don't
so
do
this
that
is like a cultural
again.
lesson for all the non-melanated brothers and sisters
Oh,
out
for
there.
sure.
There's a difference between braids, twists, and
yeah.
locks.
Yeah.
And no, you can't touch none of them.
None of them. None of them. Don't walk up to me at the Walmart, of which I don't go to, by the way. But
Key, wait,
don't,
hold up. Key, stop. You never go to Walmart?
I have been to Walmart, but I don't frequent Walmart very often. I go to Walmart when I'm like, damn, I just got to get that cheap price. When I'm just struggling
Key say that
to pay the extra $2
that
to
day,
somebody else.
that day or last, like if people get paid like on the 15th and 30th or the end of the month or the 1st, so like the 29th and the 30th, when it's like really tight, but I need this. Okay, let me go to Walmart because I know I can get it cheap because I get paid, in a day or two. So, well, I'm short right now, but I gotta have it. All right, I gotta go to Walmart.
And listen, especially for professors and teachers, the summer months, you get a little.
Right, because class school is out, and y'all don't get paid when you're not working, right?
Well, okay, so you can for K through 12, you can stretch your pay over the year, right?
But you're a professor in university. That's different, right?
So if you don't teach a class, you might be in Walmart a little more.
I know that because my baby sister, she teaches. She was teaching in high school. She's teaching like elementary school, but she teaches in the Chicago public schools. So, like, come the end of May, that first week in June, you get that check, that last check in June. You got to go all the way to the day after Labor Day.
Really? So they don't have a program where, because the teacher union and the bargaining agreement, let's call it that, in areas they will stretch it over the year, so you won't get as much in each check. You get slightly less so that it can spread out over those summer months.
So I don't know for certain.
Okay.
If I remember, I don't think she gets paid. Well, I know she's working, about to get certified.
Okay.
But just from talking with her, I know some of them must get lean.
Now listen, and some people, they do it on purpose. They purposefully don't take the money where they can stretch it out. They want all of their money, and in the summer they do other stuff, or they may have a husband or wife or a partner that can kind of pick up the slack. But the thing is that they want all their money when they need it. So
It's
It
yours.
depends.
So I don't need you holding on to my money. Give me my money. I earned it, damn
Okay.
it. Probably
Okay.
underpaid. Give me my damn money.
But listen to this, Gino. What do you think about this? Because we were talking about hair. So I'm not gonna say who it was because this person would kill me. But
So this is somebody you know. Somebody.
yes,
Okay. All right.
somebody that I know. And
Is
there's
he or she famous? Oh.
somebody I know.
So can we have you won't even give us initials? Damn.
Oh, I can't. I can't do it. Look at the struggle in me. I'm so scared right now that
see, now come on, Key. You can't that's like putting the catfish like hot out of the oven. The smell is quafting in my nose. We're like, no, you gotta let it cool off. I'm like,
no, if we blast this person, she would kick our. So
well, she get you. You in Detroit, I'm down.
no, she gonna get you too, cause she gonna. We both gonna get it. We both gonna be running around the table. But said person, her significant other, cause she wear a wig. So he said to her, "You don't need to wear that wig."
Oh, wait a minute. That was on social media.
Listen, I'm sure they talk about this on social media.
Yeah, and
but I'm telling you,
if I could think of who it was, I would name check because I saw because stuff is everything damn near is on social media, especially
true.
Like folks under 50, like really under 40, they put they can't do anything. It's like stuff you don't even want to know. I'm constipated. Oh, I'm in the bed. Oh, I got a hangnail. Oh, I missed my cycle. It's like, hey, I don't need to know all that. Stop posting.
Yeah, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna talk about that a little bit because enough is enough. Okay, enough is enough. Don't nobody need to know all that about you. But back to the hair thing. I just wanted to ask you as a man, when we take our wig off, is that a turn on or a turn off? And I'm saying that it don't look good up under there. Like it's not like you taking it off and your hair.
Okay, so all right, Key, let's go down that rabbit hole. Now help me out.
It might be some struggle. It might be some gray. It might be some kink. It might be just a mess.
So women in my family have worn wigs, especially, but now wigs are like in vogue, even young women.
I know, but what I'm saying is, do men like it when you take it off? Like, do they feel like, oh my God, this is not the same woman that I...
Well, if it's somebody, come on, if it's, all right, just for argument's sake, even though she didn't wear it because Damaris is wearing her hair, kind of like yours. It's just not Yeah, it's long and it's like really because she cut her hair short like mine and now it's like all down here.
Yeah.
But I mean, if she was to, she was kind of in a playful mood and put on a wig. I forgot it was.
She was in a playful mood. Do tell.
No. What? Okay.
Okay, Geno, go ahead.
You know what it was? It was. I'm trying to think of the concert. I think it was a Southern Soul concert down there.
Yeah. So she want to do something different.
Vibe, and so Damaris has got like a little from Chicago, even though her parents is from like Alabama, but all of our parents from the South. But she'll get in that mood. She'll throw her cowboy boots on and a little cowboy hat. Okay. So that was the Southern Soul show. I can't remember who was on it. So she had this thing. She was just wanting to do something different, just having fun. So she had a wig on, like really long hair, and in the hat and the boots. It was just doing, like what? Yeah. What people see on that Beyonce's Country Carter album. So Damaris did this. Just one night, she wanted to do something different, playful. So that was just the vibe she was in.
Right. So did you like it?
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, I thought it was.
Well, did you want her to keep it on for?
Key, you've known me and Damaris 3 decades, so you already know.
Okay, I know. I know.
Right.
Okay.
You know the answer, but let me say this though. Now I know for a fact, just over the course of my life, pre to marriage, because I wasn't always married. Like in some cases, some women may have like their hair braided
Mm-hmm.
and
Up
under the
under,
wig.
you mean up under the wig?
Yeah, sometimes they may have like a little scully and pull off
Yep.
the little scully or
Yep.
stocking cap, and their
That's
hair
right.
is braided for the
That's
most
right.
part. So I guess it depends. But if it's somebody, if now it's different. If you for you youngers out there, y'all hooking up and you ain't really know her. You saw her at the club and all
Right.
this was going on, and then y'all went home and hooked up and woke up, and then you was like, who the hell are you? Now that's different. Now it would be different. That's a little different, Key.
Oh my God, I just lost all the oxygen in my brain. You said, what is this? What is this?
Well, that stuff can happen now. Come on.
Okay.
Come on. Look. Look. The barbershop. Well, sometimes they do lie because it's fun, but
Yeah.
the barbershop has got all kind of stories. Cats is
So-
like, they met somebody at the club. They went home or took them and then everything was good, and then they fell asleep and woke up, and it was like, who the what?
The wig is
spanks
sitting on the
came off and
nightstand.
everything. Like, yo, what the hell are you? Y'all, where's so-and-so?
So, okay, Geno, so let me ask this question. Every now and again, since you mentioned it, can we have like some barbershop talk where I could ask you stuff
Anytime.
from a man's perspective?
You know what? Here we are it's the Friday in the barbershop, like LeBron's got the shop talk. We in the barbershop. So what's your question, Key?
Okay, so I'm not gonna say who. I'm trying not to do names. I'm just trying.
Shit, everybody else is going and pull a cat. Go on and cat us.
You're dating a lady. You're getting to know a lady. Maybe you haven't been intimate with her, nothing, right?
So you all have not consummated the.
No, just dating, getting to know. But then she has a financial crisis. She just happens to mention it. She didn't ask you for nothing. As a man, do you start thinking, ooh, let me not call her for a few days until she figure this out, because I don't want her asking me for nothing. Do y'all feel like,
Well, there are layers to that
for
one,
some
Key.
money?
So there are layers to that. First of all,
Okay, well, peel them back.
Okay, I am. First of all, it's going to depend on how bad you trying to hook up. And, So that weighs heavily. No pun intended. It's like, okay, do I really want to? Man, I just woo. But so that's part of it.
So if you like her,
and then on that,
really
want
want
to. It's not what you say always; it's how you say it. Somebody could just say, "Hey, you get like, okay, what's wrong? You FaceTime. What's wrong? You like something's bothering you? Sound like?" And they just honestly say, "Well, boom, something happened. Blah blah blah. Car whatever, or some emergency." Now I don't know, and it depends. Once again, how long have y'all been, dating or hooking up, the whole nine thing, and then how much do you kind of assume? Like if it's somebody that she doing pretty damn good, she may have her own business, so just making a job, working at a job, to where, she ain't living in the project, she driving a nice car, she's like, I got my own home, so. You may be like, well, she good. She was good before she met me, so, and then it depends on what your situation is at the moment.
That's true.
Is it like the 29th of the month, and you waiting 2 days for that direct deposit to hit? because you might have been ready to hit up. Yo, it's funny you say that because, man, my engine is blue, and I was going to see if I could hit you up.
Right, while you're talking. Okay, so that seems fair. So let me give you another.
There's no one set and fast rule. There's
right.
so many variables that go into that.
So it depends. Is what your answer depends on the situation. Okay, so next question in the barbershop talk with Geno. Okay, so this and I'm gonna say who this was. This was me. Guy once, it's like, oh, I've been into you, want to take you, So the other night, he was like, well, I'm kind of bored and, I'm just doing the same old tonight, going home, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, why don't we go out for a drink or something? Just quick, no dinner. I just said a cocktail, just something quick. He said, oh yeah, I ain't really got it right now. I was like,
well, he was honest. He was honest.
So I did reward him for saying he was honest. I said, oh, well, you know what? At least you were honest.
Yeah.
But on the other side, you think, you can't even take me out for a quick.
Well, but see, that's not a question for me. That's a question for you. Because, I mean, once again, it could be so many variables. I don't know how well you know, dude. I mean, I don't know what the background is. I mean, it could be something really traumatic he dealing with, or he could have lost his gig, or anything,
But my question to you,
letter, or just all kind of, no, Key, come on now, we gonna keep it.
But that's my question to you. If you were advising me, Boogie, Allie is growing now. So you got to start.
She been grown.
Right.
Young ass grown 22, 5 weeks from graduating from college.
Exactly. So dating advice. So I'm saying if you were advising your sisters, somebody, another woman about men, would you advise her that, hey, it's okay that he may be a little short. It might be that before the paycheck period and he can't swing it right now. Or would you advise you need to run for the hills if he can't buy you at least a drink?
All right, Key, I'm not going to front. I can't lie.
Right. I'm like, give me the real.
You gave me, what you played like that Joker, the big and the little Joker.
Right, because I'm talking about family. Right. What you gonna tell your family, not women in general?
And you already, I know you know. See, Kelia, Key is playing with y'all. Kelia playing in y'all face. Because Key know me, so she set me up because she knows exactly how. Because notice she said if that was like Boogie or Allie, and she knew that was the trigger. She knew that was the trigger. So she already know, but just for the record, see, now if that was like Boogie or Allie, I'd be like, you need to leave that broke ass trigger. I can't lie, Key. I can't front. I can't lie. I know my mother's watching. She laughing because she knows that's exactly what I would say.
You need to lose his number now. Block him now.
As a matter of fact, give me that little punk ass.
Give me the phone.
With your broke ass, don't you ever call my dog talking about can she loan you some of your less than a man ass, your punk ass. Right, see, I want to see. And that is wrong and hypocritical, and I own it with both hands, Key. I hate hypocrisy unless it's in regards to my girls. Then all bets are off.
Yeah.
And
okay.
My mother too, but yeah, that's you knew Key was playing in y'all face. She knew when she mentioned Boogie and Allie. That's why she had that look, because she already knew she was setting me up.
Right. I'm like, well, let me ask that just one more time. Just one more time.
And that's wrong. That. But like it depends
Right.
on,
Some nice
God
old man calling your mama up and can't take her out for some catfish and
Right.
greens and
But
sweet
now,
potato.
Key, in all fairness to guys, because I'm one and I've been there. This just
Okay.
timing is everything. Like
Okay.
like right now, listen, the last bit of this tuition,
Yeah.
graduation,
Yep.
renting an Airbnb, rental car, okay, having a little gathering afterwards so people
Yep.
can come by and that folks are gonna want to eat.
Yep.
This you gotta put gas in the car. We're
Yeah.
gonna be in Chicago, so it's
No, listen,
wait,
graduations.
Monday to 15th. Even though I didn't told told my business manager, you went and took care of that extension, right? You didn't let them folks know
Right.
I need till October 15th.
Right. And if anybody owe me, I need you collecting.
Yes, yes, that part, because I do have some outstandings out there.
Yes.
They're standing
It's
out
time
there
to pay
somewhere
up.
that I'm waiting to come in.
Absolutely. Listen, I mean, this time of year, I mean, no joke, especially for my sorority, oh God, I think we have 5 graduates this year. Look at my face. That means all aunties, we
Oh
got to cost.
yes. Oh yeah.
You go to we usually do like we call it a caravan, where we go to their houses on the prom send off, because these are high school.
Okay, you're right. Got that. Yep.
So we gotta go to the prom send off. So we do that so that we make sure there's a big crowd there, whoop whoop, and taking pictures so that they feel like the superstars that they are, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then it's the open house, and the open house is when aunties got to come with the check. Okay, let's school you on something, Geno Jones show listeners, viewers. When you go to a wedding, when you go to a shower, when you go to an open house for kids or graduation, whether it's college or high school, you gotta take a gift. And the preferred gift is a check, cash, Apple Pay, PayPal,
Zelle, Venmo,
Venmo, Visa card. You pick it. That's number one gift. The second number one gift is
more cash.
More cash. Or here's your other option. I'm gonna give you one more option. Don't go.
Yes. Yes.
Stay your
broke ass
home, because the parents have had to spend money for this event, and the whole event is so that you can give the kid, bless the kid, or if it's a wedding, bless the couple, or the shower, bless the parents to be. It's to bless them with something. This is not for you to come and eat
for free and drink.
Come on, for free and drink for free. Oh my God. I'm so sick of it. People walking into parties.
It's not a wine tasting.
Oh, okay, I'm done. Where's the outdoor, the exit? I gotta go. No, you didn't. Did you say that?
No.
You said a wine tasting?
Yeah. It's not the taste of Black Charleston or the taste of Chicago, where you sampling all these chefs and they got different dishes and got the little sample.
No. This is an event that the parents have had to, in some cases, take on a little hardship, meaning they had to save up. Listen, for me, I had to save. I started saving 2.5, 3 years before. So my daughter was a sophomore, and I started saving and thinking about the grad, because I gave her open house was on the water here in Michigan, where I live. So we have the tent and the tables, the chairs, the music, but on the water. So you're just overlooking it was
That's
beautiful.
nice, Key. Yeah. Man, you were out a pretty penny for that.
You think? And that dress, that prom dress, we're getting ready to enter that season right now. I see you shaking
Say
your head.
less.
Did Allie make her own dress, or did you?
Here was the deal. Guess what year Allie was a senior in high school? 2020.
Oh, 2020, right? Because she's 2 years younger than Ari.
No prom.
Yep.
No
Oh, because of
graduation.
COVID.
Yep, COVID.
COVID.
Yep.
Yeah, Ari came out 2018, so we just missed it.
Yep. Allie was a
My
senior in
God,
2020. Yeah, that was a crazy.
it was
That whole
crazy.
yeah, man. And
Yeah,
it was really hard on them, because here you are, senior in high school, and all these events that you dream of, and so
right.
they missed it. And she wasn't the only one.
Well,
I mean, there were millions
oh no,
of young
no, it was
people.
all
Yeah,
over the world, not
yeah,
even the country. It was all over
yeah.
the world.
You're right.
And we made sure that as a sorority, we did what we could. We did outside stuff
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did the same. We did
and drive
outside.
by where we just
That's
waved
what we
and
did for Allie.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
like a procession, folks.
yep. And
But
we made signs.
it's funny you said that.
Yeah.
So there was a fashion show that they were supposed. Cause she's a fashion design major,
Mhm.
performing arts school. So they were going to have a fashion show, like I think the end of March or April, and
Mm,
everything got shut down the second week because actually that was going to be. I volunteered my services. I was like the MC and host, but that
hmm.
got canceled.
Right.
So what? And it was Damaris's idea. Like all of her fits, her designs that were going to be modeled. So Allie modeled them, but we found a photographer. They did a
Hmm.
photo shoot, and each outfit we turned into a poster. So like in front of the house, you had like
Oh,
all these. So it
these
was like a
different looks. Yeah.
cardboard lifeline picture of. We still
Yeah.
got some in the house of
So
Allie and all these
cool.
different outfits that would have been in the fashion show, and
That's
people
so
drove
nice.
by and saw them and everything.
Well, I'm so sorry Allie didn't have that. I hope her college graduation events will in some way it can never replace, but I hope that she enjoys all the fanfare that will be coming for college graduation. But I mean, my daughter's high school graduation, that dress cost me $700 and that was a discount.
Yeah, I was
Um,
about to say. I was like, shit, you got off cheap, 750. You must have
right.
went to Key. You must have went to Walmart and got that discount.
Listen. Listen, with the discount, when she told me 700, I almost fell out. I said, "She not getting married. This is what
Key
this
said,
is the
with the discount, how much? What
right,
am I getting? 10%? How much is?
right." So
Was
when
that the
people tell
taxes?
me, "Come on," when people tell me they're paying 1,500, I'm like, "Y'all gotta stop.
Oh man,
Y'all gotta,
1,500. That's standard. 2,000. That's nothing nowadays.
Gino, please stop. Please stop. I can't do it. What is going on? What is going on?" Okay,
Peer
I'm gonna say.
pressure, you know that too, and then social media, everything else.
Yeah, because then I mean the whole event is like a freaking wedding. I mean, they want to sit in these king queen chairs
Hmm.
and it's food. And then you gotta turn around and give an open house. And then you scallywags come without any checks. Don't do it. Don't do it this year.
You
So now
scal-
you know.
you scallywags. Boy, I
That's right.
love
If
that
you
whole
That's
scallywag.
old school. That's old school. I have words so I don't cuss
I
and use
love it though. I
profanity.
love that
I
scallywag.
don't like to cuss if I can.
You heifers, trifling heifers.
That, all that. Don't come right. And then you wondering why the mama and the daddy haven't called you in a couple months because they still pissed and they still looking for your card. They
That,
wait. They trying to give you some grace. Like, okay, maybe we caught you on a bad week. It'll be on the next
but
pay
Key,
period.
come on now. even though with Dollar Store and Dollar Tree merged, you can still go to the dollar store. It may not be $1, but $2. Come on, y'all. Y'all can go get a card.
Okay, listen. Okay, tip number 3. I gave you 2 tips. Here's the third and final tip. You better put at least 25
In the car.
and that's bottom basement bargain. Ideally,
Adjusted for inflation for 2024.
that's right. Ideally, you want to put 100.
I was gonna say, but even if you show it a 50, a nice crisp
Right,
50
I
would
would
be
give
nice.
it. And so, but 50 is I'm comfortable, you good. It's a perfect balance.
Yep.
Okay, $50 because these kids are going to college. They need stuff. They gotta buy stuff for their dorm room.
So did you have wait, Key, let me ask you, did you have a trunk party? Because now Angela,
So
my
what's
baby
that?
sister had a trunk party for my nephew. I think she had one for her oldest daughter, Perry Brittany. But I know she had one
Okay.
for a trunk party for Chris.
Tell me what that
Going-
is. I don't know what.
Oh, so it was like stuff to put in his trunk when he went to college.
Oh,
She called it a trunk
I
party.
like that.
Yeah.
So what my sorority does is that, well, all the members of the Arcanets, those are our teen groups, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or that is our teen group. What we do with them is that we used to do this. Now we just give them a whole bunch of money. Because there's so many of us, they get more money than they do with baskets and all that. So, but we used to give them a basket, and because they were girls, we would fill it with all that stuff that girls are going to need, and I'll leave it there.
Yeah, and then maybe stuff for the dorm, because like a trunk
Yes,
party, you can
yes,
you know,
yes.
stuff for their dorm.
Towels and body
Toasters,
products,
lamps, all that.
toiletry. Yep. All
Somebody may
that.
throw in a
So,
laptop in there for them or whatever. Yep, all that.
hey, if you got it like that, a laptop would certainly be welcome for a college
Freshman,
student.
yep, going into college.
Come on, they need it. They need a good laptop. They need a good printer.
All that. Yep.
So if you're not gonna do cash and you're gonna do like Geno says, a trunk thing, a small printer, paper. Please don't forget the paper.
Right.
What they gonna do without the paper? And our young kids, they can't figure out where to get paper. Where do I get the paper from?
And get a warranty on the computer.
Oh my God, please get a warranty. Pay the little extra because young people, they don't get it sometimes, and they don't take care sometimes. So, they may lose it or drop it or whatever. I'm trying to think of Geno. What else was I thinking? You know what? I know it seems like nothing, but find out what their shoe size is and get them those sandals, because kids getting in the shower at the dorm.
Or shower shoes. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Thank you. Barefoot is a no-no.
Yep, that's right. Shower shoes.
Okay.
Good stuff.
You asking for Cucamonga fungus
You
with
don't want
that. So,
All right, Keith, since it's a week in review, I got to look.
okay, go
Everybody's
ahead.
been talking about it.
Okay, go ahead.
I just want to get your take. First of all, so I want to start off by this. So I remember the whole OJ trial.
Oh,
I
OJ,
remember
yes.
when the police was trying to arrest him, and he was in the back of the white Bronco, and they interrupted Game 5 of the NBA Finals.
Yep.
The Knicks in Houston was in New York, and Bob Costas was, and it was on NBC, and then so Bob Costas was doing the game, and then Tom Brokaw was like, and it was a split screen of the game.
Yeah, and
The game was in the
OJ
little box,
driving on the
The
freeway.
damn
Yeah,
Bronco driving, and
I remember.
they was telling that OJ had a gun, and they thought he was gonna kill himself. I thought the LAPD was gonna shoot and kill his ass on camera, because it's the LAPD. Need I say less? Rodney King, that whole Rodney Kingness in it. It just happened a couple years earlier out in Los Angeles. So you need to put that into context. And then the verdict that came out like either late September, I think maybe early October, late September, In 1995, 1995 is when I came to Detroit.
Detroit.
Keela and I were working
I know.
together.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, I'm in this, I was living in this building, the Millender Center, that's irrelevant. So I'm working out, and they had another room, I guess on the same floor, where you could just go and like look at TV or whatever. And I'm sitting there, I'm the only person in the room, because it was in like the middle of the afternoon, or late afternoon, I think. Anyway, when that verdict came, but then seeing like the reaction, it was really like a microcosm about America is now talking about this racial divide, because the brothers and the sisters was like cheering like the Bulls had won the NBA Finals, or the Lakers, or the Pistons. And the white folks was just salty, just face just all turned up. But my first question, so where were you when the verdict, where did you watch it when the verdict came down?
So when the verdict came down, I was at home. Well, Geno, because you know what was going on with my mother at the time. My mother was sick.
Okay. I didn't realize.
And so every day after we finished, I would run home to relieve the person that was there watching her.
I forgot.
So I was at my mom was watching that, like she like, look, I am not getting out of here until I've watched the rest of this OJ. She like, look, prop me up, give me my oatmeal, and give me my OJ. So she was totally obsessed. My dad was so cute. My daddy would come over, and they hadn't been together in years, right? But my dad so loved my mom that he would come over every day, hold her hand, and watch OJ with her.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So I know, and that's sweet.
Yeah.
So my parents would be watching it together. And so that day, we all were like gathered around the TV. And so it was like a cute little family moment where we got to see, and my daddy was like, oh my God. Now listen, I don't know what other people, I know that what the research says. The research says that most Black people feel that OJ did it too. The difference is that most Black people also felt that it was the first time that they saw a system that could possibly work for them and not against them.
So it's funny you said that. So I was watching, I don't know if it was Joy Reid, some show. So they showed, I don't know if it was Pew, one of the big pollers, and I think in '95, I think it was over 60%. I want to say 63-ish, 65. Thought he was innocent. I think today they said 53% of Black folks thought he was guilty. But see, so for all of my white brothers and sisters out there, so look, me and Kelia are gonna just explain to you all and give it to you all straight. Now, so when the verdict came, I was the only one around, but I think I was like, yes, which is kind of like, well, hold on, two people got murdered, but what people have to understand, well, those who are not part of the culture, Kelia, you kind of tapped on it. It wasn't about folks who's really riding and checking for OJ, because OJ had a reputation, one of his famous quotes was, I ain't Black, I'm OJ.
Exactly, we had been forgot about OJ.
And he had a Black wife, then he married Nicole, and then I worked in LA in the early 90s, so I kind of knew, OJ's reputation at then, because he was such a big star. He wasn't really checking for Black women like that. And then Marcus Allen, who was like kind of his little brother, almost twin, was a younger, about 15 years younger, but he kind of followed because he looked up to OJ. He was from San Diego, but he was a great athlete in Southern California, and then played in the NFL, running back like OJ. And then they became friends. As a matter of fact, there was Marcus Allen supposedly was dating Nicole, I guess either when her and Ron Goldman was dating or whenever. So that was a big rub with OJ that Marcus Allen, the brother 15 years younger, maybe more virile, here he is dating his ex-wife, and him and Marcus, he was like Marcus's mentor, you know, big brother
Wow.
mentor. But
I didn't know that part.
you know what? It came on this morning, and I saw it when it first came on, and it's really, you want to get a great perspective. It was an ESPN documentary.
Okay.
OJ, I think it was OJ versus America,
Okay.
something like
I'll
that.
look it up because
But
you know I love
it was
the
really,
documentary.
whoever did, it was because it had all the different layers of race
Okay.
and domestic violence and class, but OJ, because OJ was from the projects in
Right.
San Francisco, Oakland. You
Right.
know, his first wife, like when he was up in Buffalo, was a black woman.
Was
I
a
think
black
Marjorie.
woman.
Yeah.
That
But
he sometime hit.
right. So yes. So it wasn't like collectively black folks was really checking for OJ,
Right.
but it was the first time to where a black person beat the
Beat the
system
system. Knock
and
on wood.
had the money and the resources to hire the best lawyers.
Come
And
on.
in a criminal case, it is not like a civil case. In a criminal case, you have to prove guilt beyond a reasonable
doubt.
And then when all of a sudden, when we met Mark Furman, that racist ass LA cop who planted evidence, and they had him on tape using the N-word, and it
And
was
Johnny
a wrap.
Cochran, rest his soul.
Was
Man,
look, they ran
if
circles around.
If it don't fit, you must have quit.
Right, and then the dumbass prosecutors had him try on the gloves. And the gloves, they had blood on. Anytime gloves get wet.
Marsha, what was her last name?
Marsha Clark, and then the brother with the nappy ass beard, Chris Darden, who never combed his hair.
Darden.
And then we found out they was kicking it. They wound up kicking it. But you know,
it was a freak show.
It was little judge, little Lance Ito,
Lance Ito, the judge.
It was.
He wanted to be a star.
It was key. It was like reality TV. It was like a soap
opera. It was
opera.
A freak show.
It was a
That's
modern
right.
day soap opera, but it was real. And like you said, your
That's
mom was
why
watching it. I was watching it like, but when Mark Furman, and he even looked racist. What does a racist look like? Well, find a picture of Mark Furman. That's what a racist look like.
Yeah.
Well, how do you know what a racist? And then they had him on tape, and he had planted, planted some evidence. It was a wrap because
it was a wrap.
And you had black women on the jury, and some folks thought, well, black women, because he married a white woman, they're gonna be mad at him. Black women have dealt with that forever, y'all. And Key's a black, so I ain't gonna speak for y'all. But if they thought that just because he was married to a white woman that they was gonna be somehow mad at him. It was L.A.
It didn't work.
Think about what happened, like I said, Rodney King. You had them on tape, literally the LAPD and the sheriffs beat Rodney King to within an inch of his life on camera, and all them cops got off. All of them.
Listen,
never served 1 minute in jail.
And listen, my reaction, as well as people in my little sphere, the reaction wasn't, oh yay! It wasn't that. It was, what? It was more like that. It was like,
well, Key was more civilized because folks was cheering.
Well, I mean, but my point is that the sentiment was not
for OJ. It wasn't about
right.
It was about him being innocent.
The system.
Okay.
What?
Because
we got away with this.
But here's the real key part. A lot of folks don't want to talk about it. The fact, once again, it's a criminal trial. You got to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt.
Right.
Like I said, when they put Mark Furman's racist ass on the stand, and then when the whole came out about him planting evidence, and they heard the tape, and he wrote a screenplay, Gorillas in the Mist. So he was MAGA before MAGA. And, and you didn't have to live in L.A. though, Key. Listen, we all know Detroit, notorious, Chicago, the police planting evidence on black people, especially black men, And then after we found, after the public and the jury saw Mark Furman, you could say, okay, there's some evidence that say OJ could have did this. But also, there's some evidence. We know this racist ass cop planted some evidence. So Johnny Cochran and them got that out. So you had to say, yeah, he could have did it.
And that's
where there's a reasonable doubt.
The reasonable doubt.
At the, lead investigator on the scene, it was a wrap.
If they had just left it alone and let the evidence that was there, instead of trying to plant stuff and make up stuff, if they had just left it, they may have been able to convict OJ. But they had all this other stuff going on. And Johnny Cochran, I don't know what was going on, but God was shining upon him, because every trick in the book that they tried, Johnny Cochran flipped that table over and found it.
So, Key,
he
this is what the world didn't know in '95. But anyone who lived in LA in like the 90s or like 80s knew about Johnny Cochran. Johnny Cochran, he was the go-to lawyer when celebrities got in some
That's right. That's right.
You called Johnny Cochran.
Johnny Cochran.
Johnny Cochran was a bad, bad man. And he was cool, Key, because his demeanor, he was chilled. He wasn't demonstrative. He wasn't a Stephen A. Smith. He wasn't loud like me. He was just, but he knew the law.
And he was going to get you and whoop your butt with the law.
But
and
he had a preacher kind of little vibe going on. Like a black preacher little vibe going with it.
He whipped their butts with their own tactics. He flipped that. I didn't say that word, but he flipped it. And they got it.
He whooped that ass. I'll say it. Yes, he whooped that ass.
Whooped that trick.
Yeah, he did. Like Hustle and Flow. Whoop that trick. He was whooping.
Yeah. No tricks here. The trick is on you.
Yeah, he did.
Tricks are for kids. And they found out. And I think that's what, for me, was like, what? You mean for the first time a jury saw the trickery?
Stop, Key, right there.
And acknowledged it and said, not today.
Right there, Key. Right there.
If you want to take OJ down, you better do this fairly. This was a doggone what do you call that when ambush? No. The jury said nope.
Key, we can speak for the most part collectively for Black America and our ancestors. Sure. I'll just go recently. I ain't gonna even go back to folks like Emmett Till. The woman that lied on him never went to jail. The folks that murdered Emmett Till and Medgar Evers. I could go on from Zimmerman, who killed Trayvon Martin. The cop that killed Michael Brown. That's where people were so shocked when the cop that killed George Floyd wound up going to jail, because that was happening. That was, Keela and I can both tell you, Detroit and Chicago. I lived in it, living and working in LA. Black people have been getting, murdered and tortured. Even recently, you just had that incident with the Goon Squad and police in Jackson, Mississippi, just last year.
Geno,
millions of black folks that was murdered by white people that never sniffed a jail, got away with it. Juries saw the evidence and didn't give a damn, and still would never convict people because they had the pigmentation that looked like them. So black folks it was just one day, were upset, Key, and said, now, y'all didn't have that same energy for Trayvon Martin's killer. You ain't had that same, Tamir Rice was a little boy. You ain't had that same energy when Tamir Rice, a 12-year-old, had a little toy gun, and you talk about he looked like a grown-ass man at 12?
Listen, Geno, there's an emoji on your phone, especially if you got Apple. There's an emoji And this is how black people was walking around after the O.J. Simpson case, like.
But hey,
Hey,
just
it be like that
right.
sometimes.
So it was like whatever the number would have been with all the black people who were murdered, by racist white cops, or like I said, you go back to Emmett Till and Medgar Evers, and before that, just in the history of humankind,
Yeah.
900 trillion to 1, and OJ was that one. That was the one.
And listen, that was such a big one that it kind of, I'm not going to say it totally made up for all the others, but it sure felt good.
Right?
It sure was a good, this was a good one.
In the moment,
because this was televised. It's like Gil Scott-Heron. This was, baby, the revolution was televised on this one. Okay?
And in the moment, that's why, black folks is like, they proved that you had a racist copy. He probably did plant the evidence.
Yeah. Everything was out in the open, which is why this was such a sweet moment, if you will.
And
it was a moment.
2 people were murdered. And I'd stand 10 toes down against domestic violence, but
absolutely,
it just revealed, because like it revealed the racial divide, because like I said, we as black Americans, like, how come y'all, the energy that y'all had against OJ and for Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman, the compassion and the humanity, you ain't never showed us collectively as black folks. Y'all didn't have that energy when Trayvon Martin got killed, or when Tamir Rice or Michael Brown.
The first time I saw it was Floyd, and I don't know if that's because everybody was home and because of COVID, and could watch that video over and over and over and over again. I think COVID
that's a good point, Key. I think everybody was home, and it was so hard. And the fact, because it wasn't like, to shoot somebody, that's a quicker death. But when you got the sadistic nature that you, for damn near 10 minutes, you got your knee, and to see the life literally being squoze out of George Floyd's body, that's like, that
while
is sadistic.
He's screaming that he can't breathe.
Yep.
And praying for his mother.
Yep.
Come on.
Yep. And it was a younger generation, like, that was your millennials, and Gen Zs were like, yo, this is wrong. Come on. And you couldn't sugarcoat it. Like, well, he must have did, because he was a criminal, and it was a counterfeit 20, and, he had been arrested. That cop that killed him didn't know none of that.
Nothing about that. Right. And even if he did, nobody deserves to die like that for a counterfeit.
Allegedly a counterfeit $20 bill.
Right. Come on. Stop it. So, Geno, I know you got to go, but I want to say, for the record, I think OJ did it. But regardless of whether OJ did it or not, I want to say that I hope that in that final second minute of his life, as he suffered through that prostate cancer, that he asked God for forgiveness for whatever he did all his life. And I hope that for 1 second, he might have reflected on how he hurt his people as Black people.
Well, he really hurt his family, if he did
it. This too.
Yeah.
But we looked up to OJ until he left us.
But
he left us.
Keep in mind, though, Keith, I'm telling you, OJ had a very complicated relationship with Black people.
Yes, very.
He did. So
this was way before he died.
Yeah, we weren't checking for OJ back in the 90s, because OJ wasn't checking for Black folks. He didn't get involved in the civil rights movement when he was at USC. He was dating white girls. That was his thing. He was like, I'm OJ because, USC predominantly white, so he was around. He was a star athlete, so he's around, wealthy, affluent, the boosters and their daughters. And so he was in a whole different
and the very
world,
people
and he became a big star in Hertz commercials and movies.
And the very person that saved him was a black man.
Mm-hmm.
And the support that he got during that trial was from the black community.
That was the only time that the black community was really, but he was a proxy key. They weren't
Exactly.
really checking for OJ.
His name could have been PJ. I get it.
we were checking for, okay, y'all always talking about the scales of justice is balanced. Bullshit, they ain't never been balanced for black folks.
Right, never.
But that one day when that verdict came down, I was like, oh, now y'all know how we've been feeling.
Exactly. Time after time after time. With our family being locked up for 100 years for having a joint or a bag of weed. Come on now.
And I'm going to be honest, Key, if somebody said, do you think he did it? I think he could have did it. There's a good chance. But I lived in L.A. I had the LAPD have me get out of a rental car. I showed them the contract, going to the, I think, Comedy Store. I'm emceeing. All white, brand new suit that made my ass get out and lay on the ground.
Wow.
So, and then growing up in Chicago, the interactions just that I've either had or seen, you know, I'm in high school and the police are basically driving alongside of me and I'm just walking and I'm like, why y'all just, it's like they slow down just enough to where they slow down to the pace I'm walking. I'm like in high school, I don't even smoke weed, I didn't drink, I didn't do nothing. And I'm going home, and then they eventually, after about a block or so, they were like, I asked them, you know, why do y'all stop me? And they were saying, well, there was a complainer, supposedly a young black male had on some pants that were not the color that I had on. I'm like, either y'all colorblind or the description y'all gave me, I don't have nothing on that color. So I was so, and my mother I know my mother remembers, I was livid. I came home, my mother said, what was wrong? And I told her I was so livid. Because I'm like, I'm not bothering anybody.
Right.
Why are you all bothering me?
Right.
And then it's talking about, well, you know, I fit the description, and somebody had on whatever color pants that I didn't have on. And I'm saying, I'm in high school, but I'm like, I don't fit the description. How you say I fit the description and I don't even have on that color? I was pissed, Key. So the only point I'm trying to make is that, and Johnny Cochran proved that Mark Furman planted evidence. So what would make me think he
didn't plant all of it?
Mark Furman wasn't the only racist cop that was involved in all that investigation.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I mean, rest in heaven. I pray.
If he made it up there, wherever
I pray he did. I pray he said, oops, I am so sorry, because God forgives even in the final second. So.
And karma, if nothing else, if you don't believe in anything else but karma. Because
the rest of his life was
really some BS. They said he was armed robbery because he was trying to get some of his memorabilia and stuff back that they had auctioned off when they came and got all of his stuff. So
I mean, the rest of his life after that was a joke. So he was free in terms of spatially proximity. Right. He was free, but his life, he may as well have gone to jail.
Went to Florida, and he was a pariah, and folks. So
he was not the person that he was. Although he could get up and walk around, nobody wanted to be around him.
No. And that did bother him. Because
I'm sure
there's an interview that's been circulating on social media. He sat down with Ed Gordon, Detroit City dude, when Ed was on BET back in that area. And he just talked about he wanted to be left alone and how he had treated people nice always and would sign autographs and try to make people feel good. And he just wanted to try to get that back. Because he had been adored from high school and really in college. He was in USC, Southern Cal. So he was, and then he went to the NFL, then was a TV star on NBC, and then, so people, he was OJ. Like he said, I ain't black, I'm OJ. So he kind of got caught up and lost his sense of identity until they reminded him, oh no, yeah, you are black, you OJ, but your black ass is we reminding you.
Right. It is what it, and I'm not sorry. I mean, this is one of those situations where you call that upon yourself.
Yeah.
But I still believe, I'm a believer, and I just pray that he said I'm sorry for whatever he did,
Yeah.
and was granted forgiveness, so that his eternal life would not be one with Nicole whooping his ass. Okay, bye, Geno.
Her and Ron. Man, why you mad at me? That was Marcus Allen that was hitting your wife, not me. She was the one that was knocking the back out. Yeah, Ron,
Stabbing OJ.
Hey,
Stabbing OJ for eternity.
Right.
I can't. Okay, goodbye.
Right. Why you jump bad on me? How come you didn't jump on Marcus Allen?
I can't.
I know. I love you, Key. Have a great weekend. All right. Listen, it's Friday, y'all. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you and especially you, God. We would talk about you. Thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show. Brought to you by CM Transportation. Shout out to Carissa Carter, friend and family, part of the Geno Jones Show family. CM, like Mary, CM Transportation. If your business, new or old, if you need dependable, reliable, on-time deliveries with your transportation company, whatever your business, whatever goods or services or products that you need taken care of in terms of having a transportation company to make your business run smoothly and efficiently, contact CM Transportation, www.cm, like Mary, transportationllc.net, CM Transportation LLC.net, or you can call 843, that'll be 606-2702. 843 is the area code, 606-2702. You call, you can ask for Carissa Carter. She's the CEO, but if you get her on the phone, she's beautiful, beautiful person, beautiful spirit. And this company is amazing. I tell her you were watching the Geno Jones Show, and you would like to listen. You need help. You would like to have CM Transportation take care of all the transportation needs for your business. She got you. Shout out to Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show, CEO of Designer Cuts here in the Charleston, South Carolina Metro. You can check him out and his work. Well, you see his work. He's the official barber and hairstylist. But check him out on IG, on Instagram, Kel B Cutting Up, KELBECUTTINUP. And Allie Jones is, I call her the drip director, the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. You can check Allie and her collection out, lx.ncl_ on IG, on Instagram, lx.ncl_ on IG. Have a great weekend, everybody. The next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is going to be Monday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Make it a Geno Jones Show binge watch weekend. Oh, my monologue. Wednesday's monologue was must-see TV. I addressed orange jumpsuit jackass Hitler, a.k.a. Donald Trump, saying that he's done more for black folks than anything. Really? You bought some chicken sandwiches and some milkshakes at a Chick-fil-A in Atlanta, and you selling them little cheap-ass, bootleg-ass, ugly-ass sneakers? That's what you done for black folks. So I really checked him on Wednesday. It is an epic monologue. Oh, yeah. You got to see it. You got to check it out, see it to believe it. And just check out all the shows. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. I am out of here. I will see you Monday. So make sure, like I said, binge watch all this week and all my back episodes. And I'll see you live Monday, April 15th, tax deadline day, or get an extension. If you didn't get an extension, April 15th is tax day. So I know a lot of y'all gonna be busy with your accountant or H&R Block or Jackson Hewitt or whatever the little thing you download online trying to get your taxes done. But still enjoy your weekend. I'll see you live Monday, 6:30. Once again, thanks to my guest co-host, Miss Kelia Karson. All right, I love you. I love all you all. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend again.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.
Mm.